controversy in relation to the handling of sex abuse claims within Sinn Fein and the Republican movement. We're joined here in studio by Fine Gael TD Regina Doherty, who last year gave Gardaí a list of, I think it was 9 names of alleged abusers in relation to this controversy, Regina Doherty. And you're standing by another claim that you've made today in recent days, that there was an internal investigation within Sinn Fein in relation to all of this. Yeah,
I'm led to believe that there was an internal investigation conducted by 4 very senior members of Sinn Fein. It was conducted in 2006, whereby in excess of 40 different cases, and that's probably not the right word to use, Brian, but 40 different cases of allegations of both sexual and physical abuse were investigated. A memo arising from that report was issued to the press office of Sinn Fein, suggesting that should the report ever be leaked, a media strategy should be compiled.
Right. So these were 40 separate alleged abusers?
Apparently, over 40 different cases of both physical and sexual abuse by the hands of Republicans to both children and women.
Your source for this information, without saying necessarily who it is, it's a well-placed source, is it, within Sinn Fein? Who was involved in this investigation?
I can't tell. No, I don't think he was involved in the investigation, and I can't tell you if he's well-placed because I don't know him. I don't know him personally, but what I do know is that the 2 examples that he has given me from the cases that were investigated are both credible examples.
Well, now tonight, Gerry Adams has issued a statement in relation to this, and I think we should refer to that, because he says he refutes a claim that Sinn Féin is holding back in any information here. He strongly refutes a claim made in the Dáil today, I presume by you, and in some sections of the media, that the party has investigated cases of sexual assault. He says that's untrue. It would be inappropriate because it could jeopardise a successful prosecution.
But Brian, that's in direct contrast to statements that Gerry Adams has made, not only in the media in the last number of days, but 2 Dáil statements that he's made, where he acknowledged and accepted that Sinn Féin IRA members, albeit that they were well-intentioned, but were ill-equipped to deal with investigations at the time, but that they did investigate and that they did carry out their own course of justice, which at the time meant either exiling people outside of Northern Ireland to both the Republic and the United Kingdom and shooting them.
Right.
Now, so he can't admit it at one stage and then deny it today.
But this is at the time of the Maria Cahill,
the Dáil statement that he
Maria
made,
Cahill case.
Yeah, in 2012, in November 2014, he made the statement in the Dáil that yes, the IRA did investigate and in some cases kill, execute or exile the abusers, and he also made that statement. It's on his blog spot. So I mean, he can't decide last year that they did it and today deny that it ever happened and deny the responsibility.
There's still a lot of confusion, and I think it's fair to say a lot of unanswered questions in relation to all of this. What do you think is needed to clear all this up?
Do you know, for me, what's needed is for Sinn Féin to hold themselves to the same scrutiny that they demanded the Catholic Church and the Irish state hold itself to, as they correctly should have. I mean, if you go back and you look at the speeches that both Gerry Adams and Mary Lou MacDonald made with regard to either mandatory reporting or the Cloyne report, they held to the highest degree of scrutiny the institutions of the Catholic Church and the state with regard to their failings. They need to do exactly the same for themselves. For them to repeatedly say that it's not Sinn Féin's job to investigate, how do you genuinely think they would have reacted if the Catholic Church had have said at the time that it wasn't their job to assist or to help?
If criminal offences have occurred, it's up to the authorities, the Garda Síochána, to investigate that and to decide, for the DPP to decide whether a prosecution is merited.
Absolutely agreed. But with the lockdown of information that's going on within Sinn Féin, it would be very difficult for them to do that without volunteering of the information. So what we're looking for is, if there is real sincerity in Sinn Féin, and I do believe that there are some people in Sinn Féin who have real sincerity when this comes to this, share the information they have, publish the document to the Gardaí. They don't need to be salacious about it and put it into the public domain, but give the internal investigation to the Gardaí to allow them to follow on with their investigation.
Just a final question. What some people in Sinn Féin are saying about all of this, about the contribution of you and others in other political parties, is that this is politically motivated. You see an opportunity here to give Sinn Féin a good kicking?
I can give Sinn Féin a good kicking when they introduce 1.6 billion worth of taxes, or when they bring in barmy social welfare reforms, or when they ever are in government. We'll take that on board. This is about child protection. This is about an organisation that says that child protection is at the heart of their regulations, yet their actions do not match their words.